I still remember the days when I used to go out on dates all the time, reading everything I could find about women, trying to understand how relationships worked. I found myself caught in a dilemma, constantly wondering why I couldn't find a girl who had all the qualities I wanted. Society certainly wasn't helping, especially with all these terms floating around. Red flags, green flags, soulmates. It all just made me more confused. I remember asking myself, who is that woman? The one I would genuinely want to be in a serious relationship with, the one who would check all the boxes for me. One day I decided to write it all down. I grabbed a pen and paper and made two lists, all the red flags I didn't like and all the green flags I wanted to find in a woman. I thought, this is it. This is the guide to the perfect relationship. But then something happened that changed everything. I searched and searched for a woman who matched this list perfectly, but I didn't find her. And if you try to do the same thing, you won't find her either. Let me tell you why. Anyone who hands you a list of red flags and tells you to run away from certain behaviors has one of two problems. Either they have no idea how dating really works, or they're living in a world with entirely different rules. I'm not saying red flags don't exist. They do, and I'll mention some of them in this video. But the problem is, a lot of the traditional red flags, like she shouldn't have male friends, are complete nonsense. Let me explain why. Before we continue any further, do well to subscribe to the channel, like and share the video to help spread this teaching. Take the common red flag that she shouldn't have male friends. Think about it. If a girl doesn't have any male friends, what does that mean? It means she doesn't talk to men, she doesn't interact with guys, and if she doesn't talk to men, how can she even talk to you in the first place? How can she become your girlfriend if she has no social experience with men at all? It's simply unrealistic. You need to let go of the idea of finding a woman who has everything you want. Forget about it. It's an illusion. That being said, it's still important to know your preferences. You have every right to have them. So what's the solution? Here's the strategy you need to follow. 1. Start with attraction. When you meet a girl, the first thing you need to check is whether or not you're attracted to her appearance. If you are, start talking to her, but don't jump to conclusions just yet. Listen carefully. 2. Pay attention to her traits. If you find qualities in her that you don't like, such as habits that don't align with your values, like talking too much with other men, for example, that's when you have a decision to make. Instead of leaving her right away, your goal should be to change those behaviors over time. 3. Change, don't leave. If something about her bothers you, like her interactions with other men or the way she dresses, don't just walk away. Don't think that you have to leave because she doesn't meet your expectations. Instead, your task is to guide her, to lead her toward the person you want her to become. This is about gradually molding her in a way that aligns with what you want in a relationship. I'm going to break this down into 3 steps in just a bit. 4. Leadership in relationships. Understand this. In every relationship, there's always a leader and a follower. Whether it's deciding where to eat with your friend or who leads the relationship, one person must take the lead. In your relationship with a woman, you should be the leader. This doesn't mean being controlling or manipulative. It means guiding the relationship and setting the tone. 5. How to lead without forcing. Here's where things get interesting. You have to tell her what you want, but you shouldn't force it on her. And most importantly, you should not need her to do what you want. Let's take a personal example. For me, I don't like it when a girl shows too much skin with her clothing. Now, this is just my personal preference, and you may not feel the same way, but for me, it's a big deal. So how do I handle it? You don't bring it up the first time you meet her. Don't just throw out your opinion on her clothes right away. Wait for her to ask you. She will eventually. Maybe she'll ask, what kind of clothing do you like? That's when you say, I prefer a more modest style. Don't justify your opinion or try to convince her why you feel that way. Just state it calmly and leave it at that. 6. Don't engage in a debate. Sometimes a woman will try to change your mind. She may even argue or give you reasons why she should dress the way she does. When this happens, don't engage. Just stick to your guns and repeat that it's simply your personal taste. Don't get into an argument and don't feel pressured to change your opinion. When you show you won't bend, that's when things start to shift. Don't show neediness. Another important step is to never show that you need her to change. You want her to change, but you shouldn't need her to do it. This is where a lot of men go wrong. They'll bring up their preferences too often, as if the relationship depends on it. Don't make that mistake. If she doesn't change immediately, don't make it a big deal. Let it go. Don't show any need for her to change. Eventually, she will change on her own, and it will be because she values your opinion, not because you pressured her. 7. Leadership equals attraction. The more you lead in this way, without forcing, without needing, the more she will follow. Women are naturally attracted to strong men who know what they want and don't get pushed around. They want someone who can lead them, not someone who will follow them or bend to their every whim. And as this happens, she will start to reflect your values, your preferences, and your way of thinking. 8. The role of patience. The key here is patience. Change doesn't happen overnight. If she truly likes you and grows attached to you, she will start to modify her behavior. You don't need to nag her or push her to change. The more you lead, the more she will want to follow. However, there are certain things that are absolute deal breakers. These are the real red flags you should look out for. 9. Flirting with other men. If a girl flirts with other men in front of you, beware. This could either be an attempt to make you jealous or a sign that she craves attention. Either way, it's a red flag, and it will only lead to drama in the relationship. If this happens, don't react with jealousy. Stay calm, and don't let her see that it bothers you. 10. Still attached to her ex. If a woman tells you she's still thinking about her ex or isn't over him, this is a huge red flag. She's emotionally unavailable and carrying baggage. The best thing you can do is gently suggest that she give her ex another chance. If she chooses him over you, it's better to walk away now than deal with constant emotional turmoil. 11. Energy-sucking women. These are the most dangerous. They seek constant validation and never feel satisfied no matter how much attention you give them. They're emotionally needy, and no matter how much you try to give them, they'll always take more. In extreme cases, they might even use sex as a tool for validation. These women will drain you emotionally, so it's crucial to identify them early and walk away before they suck the life out of you. With this strategy, you'll know how to lead a relationship, change behaviors you don't like, and avoid the real red flags. Focus on leading with confidence, not desperation, and you'll naturally attract the kind of woman who values you and the relationship. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, like and share the video, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.